Hi everyone. Uh, really happy to be seeing you back again. I hope you can see me. This is Charu Hariharan coming back for the second session of the art of Konnakol. Um can you see me? Can I get any response if you can see me or if it's visible and audible and everything is right? Well, I think people are just coming in. So, yeah. So if someone is there online just watching it, just leave me a message saying hi from somewhere around the world. Would be interesting to know who is there on the session and who is not. Okay, I can see the numbers growing. Now it's four people online in the live. Is it all good? Can you listen to me? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sucheji. Thank you, Durgesh. So I'll just wait for a couple of minutes before I go back starting the lesson. Yeah. Tadi Git. Tadi Ginato. Thank you. So before going for the entire live, let's just start off sharing what we have done last time. Hi Jayant, really nice seeing you here. We met in Delhi, sorry, Bombay, for the concert. Really nice to see you here. Nice. Just reading the messages. Hi Hannah. Oh wow, that's really nice to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Okay, so let's do a basic brush up of what happened the last session. So we just started off what Konnakol was and how it helps you develop rhythm and the art of making compositions and the structure and the basic syllables that we use. So we listed down 10 syllables, 10 patterns for number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which was ta, taka, takita, takadhimi, taka takita or tadi ginatum. Then for 6 we had tadi ginatum. For 7 we had ta di ginatum. Then we had tatum tadiginatum or takadhimi takajonu. For 9 we had tatum tadiginatum. And for 10 we had takitatum tadiginatum. So it's really good to have those syllables listed before you go for the class, or you can just go to the YouTube video. The link is available on the chat window that I just started off with the live. So if you just click on that and you go to the video in YouTube, you can see the chart given in the video just as a description. Thank you, Sucheji, for making that very, very clear. And you can go and visit. Okay, hi Pat Opondo from South Africa. Really, really nice to see you here. Hi Pat. So if you can go down to the chart in the YouTube video, you'll be able to know the list of syllables I've assigned for one, like numbers one, number two, three, four, five. And we also worked on a rhythmic cycle called the Adi Talam. Just hold on a second. I hope the fan is not making too much noise. I just switch off the fan. It's a cool day here. We had rains in the morning, so it's pretty nice. So, yeah. Uh, so syllables of Konnakol, Sucheji has added them on the chat window. Thank you so much. So we'll be using this and trying and making different combinations of this. They have such a varied, what do you say, use when it comes to making compositions or making practice or rehearsal syllables, making structures, for melodies. I use them a lot on varied levels. I can show you some examples of compositions that I made, that we've been performing with different bands, which probably will symbolize. And I usually use solfa syllables rather than lyrics because I think it gives a different beauty to the rhythmic composition in itself rather than using a lyric or making it like a song. I usually use the solfa syllables of singing, like do re mi fa. We have sari gama pada ni sa. So I usually put them into structure, so it can be. um Gamapada nirisa, Gamapada nirisa, Gamapada nirisa, Katrisa, Nidarisa, Nidapasani, Tapama Gamapada Nisani, Gamapada Nisani, Gamapada Nisani, Risa, Nidapasani, Tapamanita, Pamagama Pamagamapa, Gamapamagamata, Gamapamagamani, Nisa, Digamasa, Digamapadiga, Mabadani. Things like this. So they are basically rhythmic structures. Taka dina taka ta, taka dina taka ta, taka dina taka ta, ta di gina to ta, di gina to ta, di gina to. This repeats thrice. But it sounds really tight when you can perform it all together in 2T, but really strong and nice. So these are the advantages of using rhythmic compositions in the melody structure, because for a melody player, getting a melody through is not going to be a hard task at all, because that's what you're trained for. But if you use the advantage or the tool of rhythm in it, your composition is going to sound very different and vibrant on another level. Like, I don't mean to you overuse it on multiple levels, because I'm a singer too. I know the value of melody and I understand the sensitivity of using a melody. But there is a different sort of sensitivity that exists when you use rhythmic structures into compositions. It just sounds, so different and beautiful altogether. And the right amount of fusion brings a sort of novelty to the entire section. Am I being clear? Are you able to catch the idea of why I'm doing this here now? Just reply me an S, and what do you think about what I say? Am I making it clear for you all? I hope to see some replies in the chat window. See, there are people in. Clear. Thank you, Sucheji. So the idea now is to have a flashback as to what happened the other day. As I said earlier, we shared the 10 basic syllables. We discussed what an Adi Tala is. We discussed what a Korvai is. So Korvai is a mathematical composition which has two structures. The first structure is called a Poorvanga, and the second structure is called the Uttaranga. Purva means first, and Uttara means latter, and Anga means part. So the first part and the second part, that is called Poorvanga and Uttaranga. This is also written in the other page. I mean, the first video that we shared, the YouTube description has all these material. So we are going to elaborate a little more on the Korvai structure. Because there are also mathematical ways of approaching it. Like the last composition I did with, as an example of Korvai, was a mathematical structure, but it was a very different structure. But I'm going to talk about a very simple structure of Korvai, in the sense that it's simple in being able to calculate and work around, but it'll also sound very beautiful. So discussing about Korvai, as I said, there are two parts. So there are different parts. There are different ways of looking at it. So as a traditional method, usually a Purvanga has a structure which is tapering down or ascending or in the same stage. Like an ascending probably is tatum takatum takitatum takajunutum is ascending, where ta tum is the gap, taka is two. You can see the chart. Tum is the gap, takita is the syllable again, and tum is the gap, and takajunu tum. So it's a structure of 1 2 2 2 3 2 and 4 2. So this is a sort of how the Purvangam can be. These are different ways of how things will be. So they usually have an interplay of syllables and gaps. The number of syllables inside them can vary, and traditional ones usually have, like, simple structures of it have usually three of them repeating itself thrice, or having an ascending between them. So there is a simple tip, according to, uh, yeah, okay, there's a message from Ethno World. So there's a simple tip regarding this. Whatever the number be, if we can split them into two halves and deal with them independently, we can come up with different combinations that works. So there is one typical example of a Korvai that I want to share with you. It's a very simple Korvai, but it will help you know the structure quite well. Well, I've just written this down entirely in my book so that I can share with you. Okay, this is the chord, right? So Adi Talam, as I already said, has eight beats, which is One, two. If you can see my hands and finger, so we usually tap on the hand or the thighs basically, and then we start counting with the fingers, starting from the little finger, then the ring finger, then the middle finger, then clap and a reverse clap, clap and a reverse clap. So it comes together to eight numbers. So one, two, three, and four, five, six, and seven, and eight. I'll repeat it again. If you can follow me, just clap wherever you are sitting. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Once again. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So this is a cycle of eight, or the Adi Talam, as I said earlier, and we are seeing the number of micro counts inside every beat. Just like if you treat every beat like a bar, if we have four counts, then the eight cycle will have 8 into 4, which is 32 number of like counts in it, like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So this is the default way of looking at it, that every beat usually, when we have mathematics, when we count syllables, we always consider every beat having four counts in them. We have different names for this. The beats, I'm going to type it down. Every beat in a tala is traditionally called akshara. Akshara means a syllable. So I'm just typing it down. Every beat in a tala is called akshara. And every smaller count, or if you're working with Pro Tools, the logic or programming, you'll know the quantization aspect of it, right? Every smaller count or quantizable entity. I don't know the spelling, maybe I'm making a mistake, but please excuse me. Entity is called matra. So matra is a Sanskrit term, which means the lowest divisible entity. So we call it matra because that's better the way of saying it. As you know, one bar has four beats. It's almost like having a crotchet. So every beat, like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. This is the entire cycle. So every beat will have four quantizable entity or matras, which is takadimi, takadimi. Takadimi is four. If you can to look at the chart, you'll understand. Takadimi is four. So takadimi, 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 ta. So it's split into like every beat having takathimis. So 8 into 4 becomes 32. So the entire Aditala cycle will in fact have 32 counts. So we are going to I'm going to recite a composition, a very simple composition. I think a lot of Mridangam players or Tabla players from India or around the world who know Indian music would know this. It's a very simple composition. They have different variations in it, and I'd like to elaborate on each variation. And this is one composition we are going to study through this, or learn through this study, I would say, because you're going to break it down and understand every part of it. So we are going to study through this composition as we progress. Are we ready for it? Can I have some words of assurance from people who are in the chat window and a few highs? I feel like I'm talking to myself rather than having messages from you. So if you're interested and if you can, if you're ready for it, just type it down. I would be really happy to see who are there and what you feel about it. Is my pace fine? Are you able to get it through? Go. Thank you, Sucheji. Yeah. So I'm going to go anyway, but if I see your messages in between, I'm going to reply to you and say hi, and we'll proceed from there on. Okay? Yeah. So this is the Korvai, or this is a composition that we're going to work on, which is ta tum, ta tum, ta tum, ta diginatum, ta diginatum. tadinginatum, tatung, 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 tadinginatum, 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 tatung, 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 tadinginatum, 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 ta. So we'll split this up. Ta tung. Okay, I get messages, Hannah and Pat. Thank you so much. Ta tung is five. So this is another way of writing down five. Ta, which is actually one and two with gaps. Ta a. So there is ta, and then you're adding a gap to it. Tung is actually a syllable for three. So when we are going to, like, the chart initially that I shared was the very basic chart. So if you actually have syllables for one, two, and three listed down, as you progress with the classes, it's going to go pages, okay? Because that's how we add syllables to it. So tung is a very traditional factor for three. Tung. I'm just going to write there. Tung is something for the number three. Tung. So when you say it fast, you say tung. Instead of M, it sounds like N, but it's more for a convenience. It's an extension of tung. So that's how it is. So I'm going to repeat the composition again. Ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi na tum, ta dingi na tum, ta dingi na tum, ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi na tum, ta dingi na tum, ta dingi na tum, ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi na tum, ta dingi na tum, ta dingi na tum, ta. Are you getting it? Is it clear? So ta tung is actually a number for five. So ta, I'm going to type it down. Ta and one gap. After that, tung becomes five actually. And you're going to repeat that into three. So it's actually ta tung. Let me try and do that quickly. The entire composition. Oh God. Okay, this is going to be a little hard, I guess. Ta tung, ta tung, ta tung. This is actually the Poorvanga. And then, as you can see, ta. So the 32 is subdivided into 555, 665. Yeah. See, what you shared was correct, but the 32 is not divided that way. If you try and add this, uh, it comes to 32, but the way it is expressed here is different. So ta tung is 5, but the 665 is actually in the format 5 a gap, 5 a gap, and 5. So we can't say 665. It's actually 5 bracketed 1, 5 bracketed 1, and 5. And that's why it has a format of a Tihai. I think we shared the formula of Tihai in the last class, which is x, y, x, y, x, where x can be a syllable and y can be anything. It can be a zero or it can be any number from zero to upwards. So this, as you can see, is a structure of a Tihai. Is a structure of a Tihai. X, am I clear here? Yeah, maybe it starts from here. I don't know. X, then Y, which is the gap, X, Y, and X. So for example, the second half where we said tadingi natum, tadingi natum, tadingi natum, ta, which is tadingi natum, tadingi natum, tadingi natum, ta. So it has a gap there. So the Uttaranga, can Y be syllables also or always gaps? Y can be anything. It can be syllables or gaps, but syllables usually have spaces. For example, if it's like Takita tum tadingi natum. Takita tum tadingi natum. Takita tum tadingi natum. Which is 10. But you are saying, if you are going to say that with gaps, takita tum tadingi natum ta. Takita tum tadingi natum ta. Takita tum tadingi natum ta. If I'm just going to say it like that, the ta, the gap with ta and a, which is one and one gap, that is also a factor of y. So what exactly decides y is whether that gap is repeating afterwards. Like if it repeats thrice itself, then it's a part of the syllable. But if it repeats only twice, then you really know that it's a gap. So that's why this formula is quite important, because if y repeats, it's so hard to say like this. If y repeats twice, and you can see that be repeating twice, then it's taking the place of the gap. But if it repeats thrice, for example, if I use the current example that we have been sharing it, tadingi natom, tadingi natom, tadingi natom. If I'm leaving a gap there and then going for ta, then it will be a part of the syllable. It will be part of X. But like tadingi natom, tadingi natom ta, because it's reverting back to the samam. You know that the gap repeats itself only twice. I can also say tadingi natom ta, tadingi natom ta, tadingi natom ta. I'm using a ta there instead of a gap. Tadingi natom ta, sorry, tadingi natom ta, tadingi natom ta, tadingi natom ta, tadingi natom ta. So instead of tadingi natom, I'm using tadingi natom ta. So I can use a syllable instead of a gap there, but I should know how it repeats and observe the pattern deeper. If there are any doubts, just ask me. X, Y, X, Y, X, where X are the syllables and Y are either gaps or syllable repeated only twice. Very, very, very correct. So now coming back to the composition, I had posted the Poorvanga here. Now I have to complete the Uttaranga, which is where I'll place the Poorvanga and then the Uttaranga together. So JJ, can you just help me with that? Because I'm not able to use the space. Whenever I put enter, it just pastes itself. So I'm not able to chart properly. So the Poorvanga is, one second. That is a Poorvanga. So um, the Uttaranga is Tadigi Natom, Tadingi Natom, Tadingi Natom Ta. The structure is actually 5, 1, 5, 1, and 5, which is the Di Gi Na Tom into 3. That's the Uttarangam that I posted. So, Suchit, if you can combine both of them, would be nice. So, I'm going to repeat the composition once again, which is ta tung ta tung ta tung ta dingi na tum ta dingi na tum ta dingi na tum ta tung ta tung ta tung ta dingi na tum ta dingi na tum ta dingi na tum ta tung ta tung ta tung ta dingi na tum ta dingi na tum ta dingi na tum ta. So this is the composition. And the mathematical structure, as you say, is quite simple. It's 5 5 5 5 1 5 1 and 5. So there is a very, very, very important trick that you can usually do with the maths here. So when you have even numbers, not like even in the sense that if you have the same number repeating thrice, for example, here we see 5 5 5, then again 5 1 5 1 5. So we have a lot of times where 5 repeats itself. It's only 5 and 1 in the entire composition. So what we can do is, this is also a very traditional way of working on it, because the Poorvanga has three fives and the Uttaranga also has three fives. We can work on an option where we can reduce the Poorvanga by 111 each and add 111 to the Uttaranga. For example, it can be 444 61616, and that's also going to work, because if you look at the total, it'll just be the same. So it's like a balance game, when you make 1 4 and 1 6, the total comes to 5. When you make 1 7 and 1 3, then still the total comes to 10. Sorry, 5 plus 5 is also 10, 6 plus 4 is also 10, 7 plus 3 is also 10. So it really does make sense in terms of balance, and we do a lot of balancing stuff like this. Like if you have a combination of 5 5 5, you can also make it as 4 5 6. If you have a place of 6 6 6, you can make it as 5 6 7, because they balance each other. It's a very traditional technique and a very very powerful technique, even much more than you can understand. It's super powerful. It works on multiple planes, and even though it goes advanced, this the technique is simple. Okay, am I clear? Am I making sense to you? So we can, if you think I'm pacing up, or if you don't understand something, please feel free to put the questions. So I'm ready to answer your queries, whatever they are. And if you want me to repeat the earlier composition that I recited, I can do that also. But I'm also going to share how it is going to be different here. So earlier I said it's 5 5 5 5 1 5 1 5. Now what I'm going to do, it's 4 4 4 6 1 6 1 6. That's how I'm going to balance. And the last repetition I'm going to do 3 3 3 7 1 7 1 7, because mathematically it's just going to get balanced. So if I'm going to say it in simple terms, it will be 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. This is the mathematical structure of it, just using numbers as plainly as I can. I'm going to repeat it again. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. This is just expressing it mathematically. So it's 5 5 5 5 1 5 1 5 4 4 4 6 1 6 1 6 3 3 3 7 1 7 1 7. That will be the variations of the composition that we're going to work. So if I use syllables for this, now as I earlier said, ta tung ta tung ta tung ta dingi na tum ta dingi na tum ta dingi na tum ta is the first section where I use 5 5 5 5 1 5 1 5. Ta tung is also 4. Ta tung. So I'm not giving a gap after ta. I'm just removing the gap after ta, which will become ta plus tung, which is 3. So ta tung, ta tung, ta tung is actually a value for 4 4 4. Tatung, 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 tatung. Is it? Can we practice more with the numbers? Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm going to repeat the entire math itself a few times over. So we'll do 3 times of the first iteration, 3 times of the second iteration, 3 times of the third one. Like 5 5 5 3 times, 4 4 4 3 times, 3 3 3 3 times. Will that be okay, Suchiji? I hope that will be clear. I'll just give a pre count so we all can recite it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Is that clear? That's the first iteration. The second one is 4, 4, 4, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6. We'll get to that and we'll repeat that thrice also. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the math of the second iteration. The third one is 3, 3, 3, 7, 1, 7, 1, 7. So, getting to that also, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay. So how do we recite this composition? Because any terminal composition, we usually do it only three times. So what we usually perform in the concert is this 5 1 5 5 5 5 1 5 1 5 once, 4 4 4 6 1 6 1 6 once, and 3 3 3 7 1 7 1 7 once. So all together become the different variations of the same composition. So they'll have varieties in the first, second, and third time we perform the same idea. That's how we recite the composition. So can we do it like that? I can go over it a couple of times also. So it's going to be 5 5 5 5 1 5 1 5. Recite in numbers itself: 4 4 4 6 1 6 7 6. 3 3 3 7 1 7 1 7. Hi, Bakovic Maya. Thank you so much. So we'll repeat that idea together. Just numbers. Should I type it down? Are you very clear? Should I type down the numbers or are we clear? Shall we just go reciting? Time for the syllables. But yeah, let's just do it once more over the numbers, just in the 5, 4, 3, in that order, because that's important to know also. So Sujeji, just once over we'll go it, and then I'll share the syllables. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. So everyone is clear with the syllables. Really happy to know that. I just repeat it so that you'll know the structure. So the way of counting with the hand is not clear. Okay. We discussed this back about the tala. Tala is a cycle of rhythm in Carnatic music, which is a South Indian classical music. So it's a way of counting a cycle of 8 beats. So it's a clap, then we count the fingers, which is the small finger, the ring finger, the middle finger. So it becomes a total of 4 counts now. Then a clap, then a reverse clap, a clap, and a reverse clap. So it comes to a cycle of 8 beats. If you observe me once, you will get it. It's not a hard thing. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Bakovic, is it clear for you? So this is the cycle of 8 beats going, and this is a very traditional rhythmic cycle in South Indian classical music. So we are working on this particular rhythmic cycle to elaborate and understand different compositions. Am I clear? I hope, yeah. And we'll get to the syllable section of the same composition. Now we're discussing numbers, but we'll be discussing the syllables of it. Perfect. Thank you. So earlier, as I said, ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta is a way of representing 55551 515. The first section of the composition. Ta tung is 5. Ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta. The order of the fingers was not clear from watching. Okay, so it starts from a little finger, ring finger, and the middle finger. It's the reverse order of what you will think. Normally it's from the back. That's why. So we'll recite the 5 and 5 together. I'm going to repeat it over a few times. So just listen to the syllable and just follow me, and I'll keep on going with the cycle. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta. Is this clear? This is the variation for the fives, the 555, 51515. That's a variation for what I said. And now we have the second variation, which is 444 61616. 6. So sick. 444 is the second variation, which will be ta tong. So it's ta and tong, which is three. Tong is three. So ta tong, ta tong, ta tong. And for six, we have ta dingi natum. You just need to look at the chart, which is posted earlier, and it will have the syllables exactly. So tadingi natum is the value for 6. So it will sound like this. I'll recite it once for you to listen to, and then we'll all go on for a loop like how we did with the first variation. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta. That's the variation for 444 61616. Note that the gap is tadingi natom. That's where the gap comes. Okay. So we'll all do together once more. I'm going to go all over again just for the second variation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tatung, 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 tadinginatum, 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 tatung, 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 tadinginatum, 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 tatung, 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 tadinginatum, 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 ta. Okay. And now coming to the third variation, which is 333 71717. Yeah. Did you get the other one clear? Are we good at going for the third one? Is it okay? If you have any doubts, just tell me now and I can respond to your questions or doubts. Well, I'll proceed. I think we are running out of time. So the third one, as I said, is 333 71717. That's the variation. So for 3, we already know it's tong is 3. Yeah. So tong, tong, tong. And for 7, it's ta, ti, gi, na, tum. That's for 7. Ta, di, gi, na, tum. Comes to a total of 7. So third round sounds like this: one, two, three, and four. Tung, 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 ta, di, gina, tum, ta, di, gina, tum, ta, di, gina, tum, ta. Okay? I'm going to repeat this a few times over. Keep saying it from wherever you are. I'll not be able to listen, but I'm able to understand if you're understanding. Okay? One, two, three, four. Tung, 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 ta, ding, gina, tum, ta, ding, gina, tum, ta, ding, gina, tum, tung, 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 ta, ding, gina, tum, ta, ding, gina, tum, ta, ding, gina, tum, tung, 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 ta, ding, gina, tum, ta, ding, gina, tum, ta, ding, gina, tum, tung, 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 ta, dinginatum ta dinginatum ta dinginatum ta. Was that clear? Now the idea will be to actually saying the 5, 1, 6, and 7, not repeating it multiple times, but just going over 1, 1, 1. So what the idea of Korvai is that one mathematical idea is repeated itself thrice. So we are making variations when we say, when we change the basic rule of 5, 5, 5, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5 to reducing numbers. We are only making the variations. We are not changing the structure of the mathematical composition. Because the idea is the same, but we are only making mathematical variations to make it sound interesting. So that's all we are doing. So what we usually do when we are performing is that we show the variations in the second and the third time. So we're not going to repeat the 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 like three times over. But what we'll do is you'll say 5 5 5 5 1 5 1 5. Then we say 4 4 4 6 1 6 1 6, and then do 3 3 3 7 1 7 1 7. That's how we usually perform for concerts. So we can just go through that running once also. Okay. 1 2 3 4. Ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi na tum, ta dingi na tum, ta dingi na tum, ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi na tum, ta dingi na tum, ta dingi na tum, tung, 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 ta dingi na tum, ta dingi na tum, ta dingi na tum, ta. I know it's going to be a little hard. It's not an easy way initially when you're not used to this sort of an art, but I'm really sure you are able to grasp it and you're able to implement it whatever way you want. So I'm going to repeat this a few more times over. So just repeat after me wherever you are. Okay, 1 2 3 and 4. Tatung, tatung, sorry. Tatung, 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 tadinginatum, 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 tatung, 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 tadinginatum, 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 tung, 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 tadinginatum, 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 ta. We're going for one more round. So here's the countdown. 1 2 3 4. Ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dinginatum, ta dinginatum, ta dinginatum, ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dinginatum, ta dinginatum, ta dinginatum, tung, 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 ta dinginatum, ta dinginatum, ta dinginatum. So that's a composition I wanted to share. Is it sounding clear for you all? I'm just waiting for the response to see if it's clear, if there is any clarification with what we have learned. Is it possible once more? Absolutely. Tommaso Santini. Of course, we can go through it once more. We all will recite it together. And then I'll break down this composition and make you understand how the mathematics works. And I'm going to give you one beautiful exercise to take back and practice, which is going to strengthen your rhythm. And that will be the end of our session. So it's cost 45 minutes already. So, yes, we'll go back to it. Tommaso, this is for you. One, two. Just look at the post where the entire constitution is written by Sucheji. I'm going to copy and post it again so that you can all have a look at it. Okay. Yeah. Just look at the last comment and you can understand. One, two, three, four. Ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta digi na tum, ta digi na tum, ta digi na tum, ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta digi na tum, ta digi na tum, ta digi na tum, tung, 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 ta digi na tum, ta digi na tum, ta digi na tum, ta. Is that clear? I'll go for once more for everyone. One, two, three, and four. Ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta tung, ta tung, ta tung, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, tung, 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 ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta dingi natum, ta. Good. So that's the composition. So how does this work? The math is somewhere like this, where it's 15 plus 17, where it's 555 plus 51515, if I'm clear to you. And then it's divided as 12 plus 20, 9 plus 23. So I'll make a photo of this and I'll post it. Why am I showing the math? There is a big importance in the math. If you look at the Poorvanga, they are all multiples of 3. So the Poorvanga will always be exactly divisible by 3. And the Uttaranga will have two parts. Now look at the Uttaranga, which is 17, right? The second part of it is 17. So how if we can split the 17 into two parts? So the 17 can be split to two parts, which is 15 and 2, where 15 is divided by 3 and 2 can be divided by 2. So if you can split the Uttaranga into two parts, where the first part will be divisible by 3 and the second part will be divisible by 2, you will have a perfect formula. So this is almost like the Poorvanga. This is a golden tip. Okay. So I'm just holding the numbers again so it's more clear to you. So always when you make a mathematical composition for, currently the number is 32 and I'm splitting it into two halves. Okay. So because I told you Adi Tala is a cycle of 8 beats. Every beat has four counts in them or is quantized in fours. So we are splitting the first part as 1 divisible by 3. The second part will be split into two parts where 1 is divisible by, my god, this mirror image is making me crazy. So the second part, in the second part you are splitting the second part itself into two, where the first part will be divisible by 2 and the other part will be divisible by 3. So here if you look at it, god, it's 555 which is divisible by 3, and then 555 again divisible by 3, but 2 will be divisible by 2. The same happens here. 444, like 12 is divisible by 3 into 4 parts, and then 20 we are splitting it into two halves, which is 18 plus 2. So that's why you're getting 18 as 666, and then we are using the 2 for gaps, 1 and 1 each. And here 9 is divisible by 3, of course. So we have it split into three parts, 3, 3, 3. And the 23 we are splitting it in a way that it is divisible by 3 and 2 again. So we have 777 which adds up to 21. And then we have 2 which we are splitting it into two gaps as 1 and 1. So this is sort of a very traditional all-time formula for a Korvai, where the Poorvanga will be much easier to have divisible by 3, and the Uttaranga splitting it into two parts where one will be divisible by t and one will be divisible by 2. So whatever we are dividing by 2, we are going to use it as gaps. And whatever we are going to divide by 3, we are going to use it as syllables. As simple as that. So that's the golden formula. I'm going to take a picture of this and I'm going to post it. So before we wind up, I have a little tip or a practice for you. So the magic of gaps is also what I mentioned in the text or the description when I posted the video. Why I say the magic of gaps is mastering how to use gaps in a composition will make you the master of rhythm, which is an irony because you're using rest or space to master rhythm, but it's as true as using silence for melodies. I'm sorry, I'm just sweating and switched on the fan. So it's as equal as using silence for melodies because the value of silence is what adds to the melody, right? So it's the same way with using gaps to master the rhythm. So for this, let's simply take, is it possible that the breaks last more than two? One plus one. Oh, absolutely. That's a good question. So we can work on that later maybe, but I can also give you an idea. For example, if we have a structure of 32, let's say the same, let's say 15 plus 17 is the same formula. We have to find another number that can be derived from 17 that is possible to split into 1 divisible by 3 and 1 divisible by 2. Let's say, for example, if you are splitting it into 9 and 8, yeah, 9 plus 8 is equal to 17. I'm just making it up now for you to know it. So 9 plus 8 is 17 again. So we can split it into 3, 4 gaps, 3, 4 gaps, and 3. Yeah, we can split it into 3, 4 gaps, 3, 4 gaps, 3. So it will have a formula of 5, 5, 5, and 3, 4 gaps, 3, 4 gaps, 3. I can write it down here. 5, 5, 5, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. Is that clear? This is how the composition will be. I'm using different gaps, as you said, Bakovic, but I'm keeping the formula the same. The total comes to 15 here, the total comes to 17 here. So I'm keeping the numbers same, but I'm dividing it in a different way. I can recite this and tell you how it sounds like. Okay, so it will be ta tung ta tung ta tung ta kita ta kita ta kita ta tung ta tung ta kita ta kita ta kita ta tung ta kita ta kita ta kita ta. So takita is 3. I'm using that syllable for 4. I can use a complete rest or I can use syllables as I earlier mentioned in this. Or if you using gaps alone, this is how it will sound. It sounds crazy, but it will sound nice. Ta tung takita 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 ta tung takita 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 ta tung takita 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 ta. Yes, Bakovic, so many possibilities. Numbers are magic. So now you see the value of gaps, right? When I said there is last part of it, uh, the gap sounded magical, but it takes time to master them. Like listen to it in a faster pace, like ta tung ta tung ta tung takita 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 ta tung takita 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 ta tung takita 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 ta. So the art of gaps adds a lot of beauty to it. So the one tip that I'll give you before I leave the conversation, it's time. I'm really sorry. I'm just loving sharing these things to you. But the last tip I would leave for you all is that practice in pulses of 4, just like clap, clap, clap. But let's use the syllables. For example, we have syllables for 4, which is tak, dhimi, right? So this is one practice I always used to do when I was learning stuff and just getting used to the rhythms. I still do on different quantization, like not just in 4 but in 5s and 7s and all that. So this is the idea where it's uh, ta So ta plus 4 gaps, ta plus 3 gaps, ta plus 2 gaps, ta plus 1 gap, and ta without a gap. So if it's like ta like ta ka di mi 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 ta. This is one little example for you to use and start enjoying spaces. That just use one syllable and keep adding spaces. Try and reducing it. For example, just use ta or just use taka and start using spaces like taka, like taka, 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 ta, things like that. Just start using one syllable followed by spaces, however you want it. The current exercise, what I said is ta, ka, di, mi. Each of them having 5 spaces initially, 4 spaces initially, then 3, then 2, then 1, and null. So I'm just repeating that exercise once more for you before I leave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta ka di mi 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 ta ka di mi. Once more. Ta ka di mi 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 ta. Great. So, just a recap of what all we discussed. We learned what is Adi Tala, the cycle of Adi Tala. We know what a Korvai is. A Korvai is a mathematical composition that has 2 parts, or basically 3 parts sometimes. The Poorvanga, which is the first part, the Uttaranga, which is the latter part. There is one more part we haven't explored, which will take a long time to discuss, so I'm not sharing that. But a Korvai is complete with the Poorvanga and Uttaranga also. So the part we haven't discussed is called the Madhya Anga, which is called the middle part. Probably we'll have an opportunity to discuss this again. Let's do the Korvai before we go. Yes, but I'm just going to recap the entire session for you, and then we discuss the entire Korvai, the structure of the Korvai, how it is split, the math part, how the math works, and at last we came with the magic of spaces, how we can use spaces to build the composition. Well, the spaces alone can take an entire session because it's quite deep and very, very interesting. So I hope we get an opportunity to work over it again. But I'm so happy to have shared this with you all. Thank you so much. So we'll recite the Korvai, the entire round a couple of times, and then we'll say goodbye. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta tung ta dingi na tung ta dingi na tung ta dingi na tung ta tung ta dingi na tung ta dingi na tung ta dingi na tung tung ta dingi na tung ta dingi na tung ta dingi na tung ta. One. Second, the last time. 3 and 4. Ta tung ta tung ta tung ta dingi na tung ta dingi na tung ta dingi na tung ta tung ta tung ta tung ta dingi na tung ta dingi na tung ta dingi na tung tung ta dingi na tung ta dingi na tung ta dingi na tung ta. So that's the composition that we had learned. So thank you all so much. I'm yet to just check the details about what the next session is and who is going to conduct it. As I could see, it was my name to the end of the current poster that was made. I hope there's another person doing the session. Sujeji, can you just message just for me to know who's doing the next session, if it started yet? So thank you so much. Meanwhile, I'll just thank everyone for this. Durgesh, thank you so much. The entire team of Ethno World for making this happening. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to share all this, because the moment you start sharing it, it just gets some sort of a joy that that people are liking it and understanding, and there is something happening. And music is so universal, right? So is rhythm. So thank you, Tanya Luther. Thank you so much. I'm really glad you enjoyed it and liked it. Bakovic Maya, thank you so much. Thanks for asking doubts and clearing it off. um, Nemet Bata from Jordan is expecting a session tomorrow at 18 hours Central European time. So that is happening tomorrow. Nemet Bata from Jordan. Okay. And Barry Goldberg, thank you so much. Tommaso Santini, Elise Gayrond, Sujeji, thank you so much. I had seen Hannah Viscari in the initial sections. Probably she couldn't continue. But thank you, Hannah, for joining. Was really happy to see you here. And everyone in the current session, I really hope you have a good, a good relationship with mathematics and Konnakol, so that we can come back and work on some really, really fun stuff. Just before ending the entire session, if you have Legos, just the way you build Legos is how I always feel building mathematical sections, because however you make it, you get some pattern that looks enticing and interesting, and something that fascinates you every time. And even if you make a mistake, it looks enticing still. Like you make a bad Lego, and still it looks fine and great, and something that you enjoy working with, because it's fun. Our wrong move is not a wrong move. Making a mistake is never a mistake. So that's something I've understood out of my experience. Sometimes you come up with beautiful patterns from making mistakes. So if you're making mistake, just realize that you're on the right way and you're having fun with mathematics and Konnakol. Thank you so much for joining, and I thank all my gurus and teachers for having given me this art that I could share with you all, because I'm really grateful for what I'm doing, and I'm really humbled to be sharing this with you all. Thank you so much.